Hello and welcome to this Training Services Tech Tip video. Today we're going to be discussing multimedia and particularly videos and accessibility within creating videos. You're going to be exposed to a couple of concepts today, and I'll talk about each one as we see examples. As you can see on my screen, I already have a couple of these laid out. The first one we're going to talk about is closed captions. Closed captions are required for accessibility purposes, and the function of closed captions is to transcribe everything in a caption format so that anyone with loss of hearing is able to read what is being discussed. So, quick example. Hello and welcome to this week's Training Service. All right, I'll give you just a short sample. As you can see here, we start off by saying hello and welcome to this week's Training Services Tech Tip video. Exactly what you hear is what is being transcribed or written in the form of a caption. One thing to keep in mind, if you are using YouTube, make sure that you are not using auto-generated captions because they can be mislabeled or have errors, and that would not be accessible. The next type of service that we have is subtitles. You've probably seen these and are familiar with them through movies, especially back in the day when DVDs offered the subtitles and audio options for movies. Same thing with Blu-rays, and nowadays more so with streaming services. So a quick example. So as you saw from this one, it did give us the option to not just change the subtitles, and as you saw, there were two different Spanish subtitle options, one for Latinoamerica, the other one for España. So they do grant you the opportunity to switch not just audio tracks, but also subtitles. The third type of service, you might have seen this already on Zoom, is a transcript. Transcripts are normally the textual transcription of audio into a document, but the difference between that and a caption is that transcripts don't have the timing. Timing is associated with captions to make sure that whatever you're seeing is shown at the time that you're seeing it. Transcripts don't normally have that. A better example of a transcript in Zoom is whenever you have a recording, and as you can see here, they're pretty similar to captions as far as content goes. But the big difference is that the timing, as you can see here, is not necessarily crucial or important to have with the file. Cool thing about transcripts is that besides giving you just the text version of the audio of the file, you are able to search. As you can see here, there is a search bar to search the transcript across, so that if you're looking for a particular keyword or element during the recording or video, you can go ahead and quickly jump to it without having to search the entire document. Now, the last service that we're going to talk about, I'm going to go quiet for a couple of seconds to show you the first clip and then talk about it and then show you the second clip related to that same first clip. All right, so you probably recognize this movie, very, very loved movie, The Lion King. As you can see, there's not a lot of dialogue in this scene. It's mainly just music, but there are a lot of visuals. Now let me show you this second clip, and you'll see exactly why I'm picking this one to talk about the last service.
Flat ledge that towers over the rest of the savannah. Zazu, a small blue bird with a large beak, flaps to the ledge. He bows to Mufasa, a powerful, dignified lion.
So you can probably guess why I am using this particular clip to talk about the last service, which is audio description. Also something that you would normally see in DVDs and Blu-rays, having the importance of being there, because anyone that is blind or has loss of vision is not able to necessarily understand what the scene is portraying. So audio description, which is sort of like an equivalent of alt text, but in this case for video, is literally describing the scenery behind the video clip. So whenever we're making video clips, it is very important to make sure that whatever it is you're saying or pointing to is described audibly. All right. So if you're interested in learning how to do that, we do have an application called Camtasia, TechSmith Camtasia, which allows you to narrate at the same time that your audio is being recorded or video audio is being recorded. But even within the video, if you just mention it as you are pointing to it, you can make the video accessible and obviously provide that audio description at the same time. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Take care. Bye.